Section 8.6, scale factors in 3D objects. I'm just looking at the summary on page 508. It has the two formulas that I'll be using for this topic. So if two 3D objects are similar and their dimensions are related by the scale factor, which we know is k, then the surface area of the similar object is equal to the scale factor squared times the surface area of the original object. And sometimes this formula is easier if you replace similar with diagram. So using the diagram, surface area is equal to the scale factor squared times the surface area of the actual object. Okay? And you can also do the same thing with volume. So the volume of the diagram object is equal to the scale factor cubed multiplied by the volume of the actual object. Okay, so if you know the dimensions of the scale diagram or model of a 3D object, as well as the scale factor used to enlarge and reduce from the diagram or model, you can determine the surface area and volume of the enlarged and reduced object without determining its dimensions. So let's go back to example 1. And we're talking about the pyramid in Egypt was built on a square base with the dimensions shown. So the base is 230.4 meters. It has a slant height of 186.4 meters and a height of 146.6 meters. An artist who works with plain glass wants to build a replica of the pyramid for an installation at an art gallery. The artist is restricted by the floor dimensions, which are 6 meters by 6 meters and a ceiling height of 3.5 meters. As well, the glass sculpture must have room for a 1 meter walkway around it. What is the scale factor the artist might use to build this sculpture? Okay, so if we're visualizing this here, here's our pyramid, and we know that the room size is, the room is 6 meters by 6 meters. But we need to leave a 1 meter walkway in between. So that has to be 1 meter, and you have to be able to walk 1 meter there. So if you're taking a meter off of both sides, that means your base of your pyramid can only be 4 meters by 4 meters. Okay? Because you have to have 1 meter to walk around on both sides, or on all 4 sides. Okay? So if we know the original length is 230.4 meters, we divided that by the diagram, which is going to be 4 meters, then we get a scale of 57.6. So we're not doing an enlargement, we want to reduce this. So that means our picture is going to be 1/60th. We might as well round this up, just so that we have a nice even number to work with, and then we'll for surely fit in amongst the building. So our scale factor is going to be 1/60. So it's going to be 1/60th of the size of the actual one. Now, just to ensure this scale will work, let's check out the height of the pyramid. The height of the pyramid is 146.6 meters. So if we times this by our scale factor, which is 1/60th, so basically you're taking 146.6 and dividing it by 60, we would get 2.443 meters, meaning the pyramid that we're going to replicate is going to have a height of 2.443 meters. So that will work out because the ceiling height in the building is 3.5 meters. So we would still fit inside the building. Okay, and our last question so we need to find out how much glass is being used. So we will use our formulas. Surface area of the diagram is equal to scale factor squared times the surface area of the actual. Okay? So we'll put surface area, I'll put diagram is equal to k squared, so the scale factor squared, times the surface area of actual. So that means we have to find the surface area of this pyramid here, in order to find out what the surface area of the diagram would be. Because we know that the scale factor we said was 1/60th, so we can put that piece in. So all we're looking for is the surface area of the actual pyramid. So if we remember back, the surface area for pyramid is you take the area of the base, so the area of the base, and you add it to the area of each triangle. Okay, so we'll find the area of the triangle, and since there's 4 triangles on a pyramid, we times that by 4. And then we add it to what we get the area of the base is. And that gives us the surface area of a pyramid. So the area of the base is length times width. So we have 230.4 meters times 230.4 meters. That gives us the base area. Okay, so I'm going to erase a little bit of this here. Okay, so just to make this a little bit easier to read, the surface area is equal to 230.4 times 230.4. So all we did was that is the base area. So we found this piece. And now we need to find the areas of the triangle. So area formula for a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So that means we need to take the base, which was 230.4, times the height of the triangle, which was the slant height of this pyramid. It was 186.4. And you divide that by 2. Okay, so we have our base area plus we will solve what's inside of brackets. So 230.4 times 186.4 divided by 2 times to 4, and what we get, we will add it to these 2 times together, and we should end up with 38.604, and now we're talking meters squared. So the surface area of the sculpture is going to be 38.6 meters squared. So that's how much glass the artist will need. I'm going to look at my last example here. A smaller tank in the photograph has a capacity of 1,400 meters cubed, and the larger tank has a capacity of 4,725 meters cubed. So we're talking about volume when we're says during the refining process, both tanks are filled with oil from a pumping station, the same rate. How many times longer will it take to fill the larger tank than it will take to fill the smaller tank? So if we take the volume of the larger tank and divide it by the volume of the smaller tank, we get 3.375. So it will take a little more than 3 times longer to fill this large tank than it does to fill the smaller tank. Okay? And the second question was, how many times greater is the radius of the larger tank than the radius of the smaller tank? So remember, when we're talking volume, we're talking cubed. So if we took the cube root of 3.375, we end up with 1.5 as our scale factor. So that just means the inner radius of